Hey folks, it's Kimberly. We're back with another episode of the Entrepreneur Experts Cafe. This time I'm here with Jackie Cote. She is a freedom expert. Welcome to the program, Jackie.
Hey, so good to be here. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Hopefully our internet is working and we are able to record this because we have tried to get Jackie on this program for some time now. So I'm super excited that she's here. So tell us how you became an expert in freedom.
After 30 years of the restaurant business and being restricted on time freedom, money freedom, location freedom, long hours, I had a lot of fun. And don't get me wrong, I really loved what I did, but there was still something missing. And I wanted to be able to go more than 2 weeks on vacation. I wanted to be able to make more money than what they told me my salary could be. I was tired of them telling me, well, we need to a new job, I had to bring you back a little bit and lower the income so you can earn your way up. And I was like, And so there was a frustration with not having the freedom to make what I want, do what I want, go where I want. And after getting pleasantly fired, it was the best day of my life, which pushed me into this entrepreneurship of building my own business of time freedom, money freedom, location freedom, and so many more internal freedoms that I didn't even realize were coming. As you build those are the ones that we tangibly want. But then you get love freedom, you get self-acceptance freedom, you get body freedom, you get so many other freedoms that are created by going on this journey. So now I will love it. Now I want to have everybody be free.
Now you know why she's on my show, because she and I think a lot alike. So you actually travel full time as well. Tell us a little bit about how that got started and how you decided, yep, I'm just going to be location freedom as well.
Yeah, it's funny because, everyone says it doesn't always look the way we think it's going to look when we decide, like, we want this vision. We have a vision board and we have all the pictures. Well, mine was going to do a lot more international travel. Then COVID hit. And my boyfriend and I were like, well, how can we still travel? And we kind of pivoted into, well, what about the United States? Because we're right here. And then what about an RV? And then we watched that RV America show. If you don't want to buy an RV, don't watch that show. You will buy one. So I was watching episode after episode. And long story short, we went to see one. We decided we're going to buy one. And then we rolled right into an amazing deal with the truck. And then we just looked at each other. We're like, well, the kids are gone now. Like, he has 4 kids and his last kid was gone. And he's like, I want out of Virginia. I was like, I want out of Virginia. And I had created a freedom business where I was able to go wherever I want. And we're like, let's go travel. And so we jumped in an RV a year ago in June, actually. June 1st. And that was our official first day. So we're 1 year in and we've traveled a lot.
Well, I love it. I actually started traveling August after COVID hit. And it's same thing, right? I sold the house, the kids went off to their worlds. And I was like, yep, it's time to see how much fun I can have and start traveling full time. And I thought it would last like 6 months and I have loved it. So you're a woman after my own heart. I like that. All right. So that's the travel freedom. Let's talk about the financial freedom and then the time freedom that you've secured as well.
So financial freedom, really there had to be a big mindset change from being an employee to an entrepreneur. And I went right into entrepreneurship. Like, I'm going to work as hard as I did as an employee. And I was like going to fill my calendar top to bottom, left, right. And in the restaurant business, nights, weekends, all of it, you worked, right? So I had no concept of time, of time freedom. And so when I designed this business, I ended up, my coach one day asked me, she's like, what do you want your schedule to be like? And I giggled a little bit and I was like, Monday through Thursday, 10 to 4. And she was like, okay, let's do it. And I was like, what? That's possible, And so she opened my mind to the possibilities of when you decide, you will make it happen. And it took about 6 months or so to trust and surrender and get out of the scarcity mindsets and stuff. And then all of a sudden I was like, that was my schedule. And if I choose to do something in the evenings or the weekends or Fridays, those are my choices. And I do some work, but it's not work, right? I know you feel the same way. It's like not work. And so on top of that, I decide, do I want to launch another program? Do I want to bring more people into my business? Do I want to serve other people? So that's where the money freedom comes in. I get to decide.
Yeah.
No one gets to decide for me at what level and cap I'm at.
I love this so much. And I've often coached people, do not trade your time for money. Do not it needs to be, you got to work one to many. You got to be able to really open up the possibility of, that you're worth, $500 or $1,000 an hour, that if you're not making that, then Why are you pinning that to your schedule? That kind of thing. And to really see it in action is so fun. And watching it unfold for people is just such a delight. All right. So that's the time freedom. That's the money freedom. That's location freedom. What about all the other freedoms that you talked about? What's the self-love freedom and the body love freedom?
So I came when I started out and I decided, okay, I'm going to build this business and I'm not going to get a job. I'm going to make this work. I got a coach. I got a one-on-one coach and she's amazing. Had her for 2 years in my life. And I was like, okay, show me what you did. Give me all the business, the strategy, right?
Yeah.
Go for the strategy. And that's only 20% when I finally realized afterwards. That first year, she cracked me open like a walnut. Like I was like releasing inner stories, things that were holding me back. The strategy is the easy part, guys. The strategy is the easy part. It's the 80% between these two ears that if you don't do that work on the front end and throughout and continuously do it, and that work is what you just mentioned, like that self-love and loving yourself and being aware of how do you talk to yourself and like what are the limiting beliefs that are like floating through your brain and how can you rewire them and where do you what do you have a vision for the future? Like so many people, including myself, did not have a vision of grandeur of what I really truly desired. I was like, that's too expensive. No, I can't do that because that's too scary.
Yes.
That's too risky, right? And so that's the inner work that I talk about. And the more and more you can step into loving yourself and really like owning who you are, like first you have to awaken and figure that out. I had to do that. I had to awaken her and then I had to empower her. And now I own the heck out of her. And that came from me wanting to build a business. I didn't think, so cool. I didn't come to her for that, right?
Right.
You don't think you're going to come to them for that, but that's what happened.
So true. There's so much personal work that happens when you become an entrepreneur and you step into that. And I totally agree with that. And I think it's so powerful to be able to release that. Are you talking to yourself the way your best friend would talk to you? Right. And oftentimes we're not, our best friend would never say, you're such an idiot. I can't believe you did that. Right.
Right.
And our best friend would not say that. So we got to talk to ourselves like a best friend. But there is a lot of inner work that's involved in making your business work. And because it's really about you, right? It's really the true you. So this has been a lot of fun. If people want to work with you directly to crack open their walnut, to be able to work with somebody who has been able to break through, who is a good mentor in freedoms and that freedom lifestyle, how would they get a hold of you?
So I've got my website, which is Jackie Cote Coaching. And then I've got, of course, my Facebook profile page. I like to say is the digital diary of who I am. You want to get to know me as a human, as an individual. What's my energy like? I literally, everything in my world is on there. And you get to experience, like I just did a post about how some days you're not as energetic as others, and that's okay. Like, how do you embrace that? And so you'll get like my life and what I do combined and my travels, all of that there. So, and then of course, my email at any time you can reach out to me and we can do a connect call as well. So, but my website has all of that leading to the Jackie Cote Coaching, and come be friends with Facebook. And message me directly. What you see is what you get.
Awesome. So I'm going to give that to the people who are listening. It's www.jackie, Jackie, Cote is spelled COTE, and then coaching, COACHING.com. So it's JackieCoteCoaching.com. Would love to have you guys connect with Jackie because she's fun. And if it's not fun, it's not worth doing. That's my motto. And then if you want to check her out on Facebook, you can search for, is it Jackie J. Cote?
Yes, that's my personal profile. Goes to jackie.j.cote.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for carving time out of your day to be with us today. I truly appreciate it. I've been wanting to get you on for a while because you sing all the right songs. You sing the same songs I do. It's so awesome.
I agree.
So I totally enjoy you and what you're bringing to the world and how you're helping other people release some of those bondages that they've put themselves in and embrace their own freedom. Before we let you go, any final words for our crew?
I just like to say, just don't stop waiting to turn that freedom vision into a reality. Because, I reinvented myself at 47. It's never too late. I've met people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, starting something new, purposeful, driven, future focused stuff. And just, it's never too late. So stop waiting. Turn it now into a reality.
Great messages. And with that, those are words to live by. We will say goodbye for another episode. This has been another episode of the Entrepreneur Experts Cafe. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Bye.